And welcome to Arts Talk. I'm Bill Roberts.
And I'm Rachel Maskowitz.
Rachel has stepped in. As you all know, my usual co-host is Jennifer Boudreau. But if you saw the show, our second show in May, we're in June already because time is flying. Jennifer, as we were closing out the show, one of our crew members came on, gave her a letter, and all of a sudden Jennifer said she had to leave and save the country. So we had to find a co-host. So what better co-host than the host of Dinner by the Minute, Rachel?
I'm replacing a superhero. It's
You're replacing
amazing.
the superhero. So welcome, Rachel.
Thank you.
It's great to have you.
Thank you, Bill.
Great to have you here. And Jennifer is working with the military out in Wainwright. So they do some exercises out there that require some actors and actresses. So she's working with them for the month of June. So she will be back in July. But as I said, it's great to have you here. We had to pull Rachel out of the Dinner by the Minute kitchen, and hopefully there's nothing on the stove that is burning at this moment.
No, it's Raw Vegan Week. I think we're okay.
We're good.
I think we're okay.
Awesome. So, and our producer fills up the show, so we've got a fantastic show coming up. We've got a ton of interviews to do, so we're going to keep you busy, keep me busy. A lot of great guests on the show.
Who's on the roster?
Steve Perot, the festival director of Next Fest. We have Amber Rook and Fren Ma from the Works Festival. We have Scott Rutledge, aerial circus artist from the Aerial Circus School here in Edmonton. And we're also going to have a story on Rent. That we shot, a local production of Rent that was done. So we'll have a story about that.
Oh,
so
the
this
musical.
is great. The musical,
okay,
not on Rent, not on your
art.
not on renting your home or your apartment or anything like that.
That could be art. That could be art.
It could very well be. There is an art to paying rent at times.
Yeah, especially if you're an artist.
For sure. All right, we've got a great show ahead. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. I'm excited to have on Arts Talk the Executive Artistic Director Amber Rook from the Works Festival and Fren Ma, one of the artists. Welcome.
Thank you.
So Amber, tell us a little bit about yourself and of course tell us all about the Works Festival.
Sure, I am the Executive Artistic Director, as you said. This is my 12th year with the festival coming up. My first year was in 2005 as a curatorial intern, and I've done various roles since then. The Works Art and Design Festival this year is June 23rd to July 5th. It's in 28 sites throughout the core of Edmonton, including, of course, site number 1, Sir Winston Churchill Square.
So 28 sites. How do you manage all of those sites?
We have a lot of help. So we partner with a lot of the arts and cultural organizations throughout Edmonton, the artist-run centers and galleries, and help to bring attention to what they do 365 days a year at a time when everybody's really excited about art and design in the core.
Well, that's excellent. And Fren, you're one of the exhibiting artists.
Yeah. This year I'm a part of the RBC Emerging Artists Program, and I'll be exhibiting my prints, my original prints, some copper plates and silk screens.
Okay, so I'm really curious about the one that's just behind you right now. Can you tell me a little bit about that one?
Sure. This is a series of 6, and this body of work is copper plates. So basically, I make these plates and I print off of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's about our loss of connection with nature and how it's referring back to the Indigenous people around the world and how they're more connected to nature than we are in modern society. And I want to encourage people to be more active and learn more about nature.
For sure.
That's really interesting. So I think that in this particular work, you have a man holding up a bird's nest, and he looks like he's working very hard on that. So that is what he's portraying then.
Yeah, this one's titled Responsibility, and it's our responsibility to really take care of the environment. And he's on top of like a bed of nails here, and that's just the harsh nature that our environment that we've created because of industrialization. Yeah.
And how long does the process take you?
Quite a while, because there's a lot of trial and error in a way, because you'll never know exactly what happens on a copper plate.
Okay.
And yeah.
That's an interesting process. Does that take a long time to put it on the copper plate?
Yeah, first I start by drawing into it after applying a ground. This ground protects the plate from reacting to the chemicals I use. These chemicals are used for etching, and when I take off the ground by drawing into it, it basically etches the metal. And then after several attempts, I get the final results.
Excellent.
All right.
Amber, just quickly before we have to wrap, how does people get more information about the Works Festival? How do they find out about it? Where all the different facilities are that you have to go?
Sure, yeah. Well, you can go to theworks.ab.ca and all the information is there, including a PDF version of this guide here, which will tell you about all 28 sites and all of the special events and programs on Churchill Square.
So are the sites open at different times throughout the day? Or?
They are. All that information is in there. The Churchill Square site is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, including a live stage for that entire time. Admission is free. Donations are accepted, of course. And we have large site-specific installations on the square there. And of course, we program a lot of public buildings as well in the vicinity.
That's awesome. And great work, friend. We're excited. And again, thank you for being on the show. We're excited about the Works Festival. Make sure that you get out and see it. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you.
Welcome back, and Bill and I are here with Steve Perreault, the festival director of Next Fest, and I want to know what Next Fest is all about.
Next Fest is a multidisciplinary emerging artist festival dedicated to providing professional development opportunities to artists at the beginning of their professional careers. It happens every June. It's an annual event that's presented as part of Theatre Network season. It's been going for 21 years. I've been the festival director for 16 years. We have established programming in theater, dance, visual art. If you have an argument that it's an art form, then we can handle it. It's there's no art form
anything,
that gets
anything. If it's an art form, you're in.
Yeah. No, it's curated though. It's not.
Okay.
It's not an open. It's not a big turkey shoot. Like we do curate it. There is a standard that we set. But you can make the argument and you can convince us. If you think that, for instance, cooking, if you're to say like cooking is an art form, we'd be like, okay, well, convince us. Okay, we're convinced. Let's see what we can accommodate.
I think cooking's a good one because, you get to the heart through the stomach.
True.
And what's your background, Steve?
My background is in theater. I've got a couple degrees from the University of Alberta. I spent some years as an independent producer. I worked with Azimuth Theatre for a while, as a playwright director. That's how I got into the festival when I was in my 20s. I was involved in the festival that way as an artist. And then when the opportunity for the festival director position became available, I got really hungry and I went for it and I got it.
Excellent.
And that was 16 years ago.
Wow.
So is there any particular part of Next Fest that you really like? Any favorite parts?
One of my favorite parts of the festival, personally, is getting to meet new artists, especially the high school students that come in, because there's so many people that I now consider to be part of my peer group that I work with outside of the festival that I met for the first time when they were high school students in the festival. And we have a really strong, robust high school program.
Okay. And multiple venues, obviously.
Yes, not as many venues as we've had in the past.
Okay.
For people that are Next Fest veterans, we've contracted a little bit. Last year was crazy because usually we're based out of the Roxy Theatre, and that burnt down to the ground.
Yes, it did.
And that changed everything. So bizarrely enough, we ended up with the largest festival we'd ever had because the Roxy had burnt down, because so many people reached out and said, we want to help. So we ended up, similar to what Amber was saying with the Works, that a lot of what we accomplish is done through partners. We had a lot of partners last year. This year we've contracted. This year we're more on the south side. It's the first time we've been grounded in the south side. So we're based out of the Roxy Theatre's new space, which is right next to the Yardbird Suite on Gateway Boulevard, and the Faculty Saint-Jean, the Bonnie Doon area, and the Bonnie Doon Centre. So the old Strathcona Business Association and the French Quarters Business Association and Bonnie Doon Centre have really helped us out this year by supporting our new home. Old Strathcona.
So it's almost similar to the Fringe area.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Go ahead, Rachel.
Well, I'm just wondering, I'm going to ask the practical question. Parking.
Oh,
what is parking like at these venues?
Ride your bike.
Ride our bike. Save the
Take
environment.
Yeah.
Ride your bike.
Parking's
Take
going to
the
be very
LRT.
difficult, especially, well, this will air after that, but we've got the Pride Festivals happening at the same time. That's going to take up a lot of space. And the old Strathcona Farmers Market and just traffic, and it's Edmonton, it's summertime, traffic, right? We all know what that means. But there is parking available. There's a large parking lot right in front of us. It is a paid parking lot, so if you're driving, if you do have to drive, bring your credit card and put it into the machine and get the ticket. Don't get ticketed. But in Bonnie Doon, the parking's quite, there's a lot of parking there.
Okay,
in the French Quarters as well. but ride your bike.
Ride your
It's
bike.
springtime. It's gorgeous. It's Southside, the river
sure.
valley, the ravine.
You'll be ready to go.
Yeah, it'd be
You'll
set.
ready to
So
go.
just quickly, Steve, before we have to wrap up, how do people find out more information?
Nextfest.ca is our website, and if you see one of these things lying around or anyone who's got one of these shirts, just ask them
Nice.
about it. Our posters will provide all the information you need. But if you go to nextfest.ca, this is our festival guide. Pick it up, all the programming's inside there. You can reach us on the usual social media outlets. Nextfest Arts Co. is our Twitter handle and our Instagram handle. But nextfest.ca will give you all the information you
Excellent.
need.
Well, thanks so much, Steve.
Super,
Thanks
thank
for being on
you.
the show. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. It's that time of Arts Talk where we like to talk about exciting upcoming events in the Edmonton area.
I know
So
where
I've
I'm
got actually 3 different events I'm going to talk about here, Rachel. One is the Works in Art Design Festival, which is June 23rd to July 5th. 50 exhibits in 28 venues.
Amazing.
That is a lot of venues.
Drive a lot.
For sure. Also coming up in Edmonton from June 2nd to June 12th is Next Fest, which is a theater series at Theater Network. So it's again various theater and stage performances with the Next Fest theater series. They've got Silence in the Machine, Wolves, and yeah, that looks like such a great festival as well. And
Anything goes. I'm in love with
another
that.
big important event, Devon Days, June 8th to the 12th, of course, in Devon. The event's hosted annually in Devon, Alberta, and will kick off on the Wednesday at the Braun Community Hall. There'll be comedy, amusement rides, games, and a pancake breakfast. What do you have, Rachel?
You get well fed.
You bet.
Well, I have Porkapalooza. You know I'm like the dinner by the minute girl. So Porkapalooza Barbecue Festival is June 17th to 19th at Clark Park Stadium. And oh my goodness, I think you will eat the whole weekend.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so for more information, you can contact them at info@porkapalooza.ca.
Excellent.
And then, all right, so there is Henry and Alice Into the Wild at the Mayfield Dinner Theatre. So again, you get to eat. And this is actually a follow-up hit to Sexy Laundry.
Sexy Laundry,
Yeah,
wow.
so it's really good. If you are a fan, then this is for you. And if you're not a fan, you should go check it out anyway. But
So, you go to the Mayfield, eat a big dinner, and you get to see a great show.
it's amazing.
And now we're going to go to a story that we did on a show that was being done here called Rent, being put on by a local group, two one-way tickets to Broadway. And we went out and shot a story with them and talked to some of the cast members because Rent is such an iconic Broadway show and being
is.
done locally. We wanted to cover it. Let's have a look at that spot right now.
I'm Lynette Smith, and I'm the director and choreographer of Rent. It's the 20th anniversary of Rent, and it's the 10th anniversary of this company, 2 one-way tickets to Broadway. And this is a show that brought a lot of recognition initially to 2 one-way tickets to Broadway. It was a show that everybody wanted to be in, and everybody wanted to work with Martin Galba and his amazing vision for this company. So 2 one-way tickets to Broadway is a semi-professional company that tries to work with people who have a lifelong vision for themselves in theater. So it's not only a training ground for theater, it's a company that challenges the artists within it to grow within the show and try to be at the top of their game so that they can use it on their springboard and resumes to other jobs. We're getting into there. So
Well, I've done 2 shows with 2 one-way tickets to Broadway before. I did the Full Monty a couple years ago, and then last year I did Miss Saigon. And I've always really liked Rent. I saw they were doing it. It's a pretty natural choice for me to audition, and I get to work with these lovely people, so I'm happy to be here.
Rent is a rock musical with music and lyrics by Jonathan Larson, loosely based on Giacomo Puccini's opera La Bohème. It tells the story of a group of impoverished young artists struggling to survive and create a life in New York City's East Village in the thriving days of Bohemian Alphabet City under the shadow of HIV and AIDS.
By himself.
he's by himself.
It's dark. I was just in the Rocky Horror Picture Show with this company, and it was actually one of the best theater experiences I've ever had. A lot of the people on this table were actually also in that production, so that was another bonus for auditioning. and it's one of the greatest challenges as an actor to do this show, so I jumped at it. Well, as an actor, this character is a huge challenge. It's going to be the biggest challenge I've ever had as an actor. I usually play the fun, quirky side roles. I've never played a love interest, never sung a duet. Nothing about this character is familiar to me. That in itself is such a big challenge and a blessing to get to do, especially with people that I already know and I'm so comfortable with. Like even Brian, we already know each other, so the first time I've ever had to play a love interest, to do it with someone I know is really nice. But I find that I learn so much from every character. Like there's a part of yourself in everyone. Like everyone is scared and hopeless like Mimi, or lonely like Mark, and generous like Angel, and loving like Collins, and she gets jealous and insecure like Joanne, and is misunderstood like Benny. Like everybody, it's a piece of yourself, and it's really beautiful to get to work on a show where you don't only connect to the character you're playing, every other person in the cast and all of the characters, and that's one of my favorite things about getting to work on this show.
When I heard about the auditions, I was like, yeah, Rent! And I've always wanted to play Angel, actually for a really long time now, and I thought it was an opportunity, so I auditioned, and I'm glad to be part of it now.
It's fun being able to explore a lot in rehearsal. I found that the rehearsal process for the show has been really wonderful, where we get to try so much and see what works and what doesn't. And for me, I think that's one of the joys of working with it, is seeing how much of myself comes out in a character, and how much that character makes me think about the show. The show through the eyes of Mark is really interesting because he's observing so much with his camera, and he's kind of like observing the world through this lens, and how that distances himself from people and how that makes him connect to other people has been really interesting to explore.
This is actually my first production with 2 one-way tickets, but like Dustin, I worked on the production of Rent with Strathcona High School with Lynette and Matt as well, so it's been interesting to be on the other side of it, like he said, and I'm very excited about it.
Not only are like they just artists, but they used to be my friends, right? We used to live together, and then having to come in and say that I'm going to evict them it's not, I don't think hard is the right word, because I'm using that as a tool to get them to cancel Maureen's protest.
Yeah, just that this is, it's such a special show. It's a show that I know means a lot to me personally. It's pretty crazy to grow up as a high school theater dork and love this show for so long, and then to get here now and get this opportunity to do it with this group of people is pretty incredible. And to not know through your whole life who, the Angel to your Collins is going to be, who your people are, and then to fall into this crazy community, which is I think what this show boils down to. It's about finding home, it's about finding a community, it's about love, and there's no better group to do it with than this group. It's a pretty special thing.
This is actually the second production I've music directed with 2 one-way tickets to Broadway. Jane Eyre with them last season. And so when I was asked to work on Rent, I also jumped at the opportunity. It's one that I've always wanted to work on, and it's such a juicy piece to do as a music director, because it's entirely sung through. The music almost doesn't stop at all. So there's lots to dig into, and it's such great music too. And it's over the past 20 years, it's become really, really well known, really well loved. So there's lots of great music to do.
Welcome back to Arts Talk. We've had a very busy show, and now joining us on set, Scott Rutledge, who is an aerial circus artist and aeriology.
Okay, I want to know what aeriology is.
I just got the pronunciation right. I'm just happy with that.
Yeah, it was really well done. Aeriology is a Edmonton-based aerial circus school and company.
Oh my goodness! So there's a school for this.
Yes,
Did you
that's
get
actually.
A degree?
No, there's no degrees for aerials. There are a couple circus schools in the world that do degrees, but not just in
That's
aerials.
amazing. I did not know
circus
that.
in general. Yes.
So Scott, were you a performer yourself before you started the school?
I have performed. Right now, I'm mostly a practitioner. I have as much to learn as anyone, but I also have a lot to offer as well. And every activity I've ever been involved in, I've always ended up teaching and finding myself enjoying that as much as doing the activity itself. So while I want to get into performing and have several projects on the go right now, I also have a strong emphasis on teaching.
Okay, can I come and learn from you, or is there an audition process?
No, you can come and learn from me. If you want to try it out.
So if you have absolutely no experience,
yeah,
you can come in and figure it out.
That is amazing.
Now, this is a question I've always thought of when I've seen shows by Cirque and those types of things. What if the person's afraid of heights?
Ooh. Then
you don't do
practice.
Then practice.
Practice.
It's
I
true.
mean, we start down low. It's not like the day one you're going to be climbing up 15 feet.
I'm
up
putting you 10 feet in
Look
the
at me,
air.
Mom. No, that's not how it works. You do everything on the ground
Mm-hmm.
or close to the ground, and as you get comfortable, you work your way up.
Okay.
Amazing.
So how do your classes work? So obviously beginner level, and how does it?
I work with the level of people that come to me. Like I've worked with people that have gymnastics background, so they have the strength already.
And the flexibility.
And the flexibility to do this sort of thing. So obviously you teach them a different thing. They're learning like the base skills at a little bit more developed rate. If you're not a gymnast, not a problem. I know how to get you strong enough. We'll start with more strength-based training, of course.
So is it a group lesson or is it private lesson?
I do both.
Okay.
So if you want to come, it's just
Bring
you.
some friends.
Yeah, if you want to bring
friends
some
if you-
friends, I also run regular classes as well, where it's more of you'll meet people that you didn't know before. So.
Excellent. Do you find, do you get more people into the group lessons than the private lessons, or do you have those people that maybe are a little nervous and they don't really want to do it in a group setting?
It's
mixed. Yeah.
It also depends on how much you want to focus on the class. There's a certain rate at which you'll progress because you have to keep everyone together. Whereas if you want to progress at your own pace, then privates are better for you.
Okay. So explain again, just briefly, a little bit about the different versions of the aerial flying that you can do.
There's many apparatuses that fall into the aerial circus arts. The most people will recognize immediately from Cirque du Soleil silks and hoop. So silks are the ones that look like curtains.
Right.
And you climb up and down them and you hang yourself on them in weird ways.
Wrap yourself up.
Wrap yourself up in them, yeah. And then the hoop, of course, which looks like a hula hoop, but is much heavier, and then it's up in the air and you're
Is that
playing
heavy?
around. There are some aluminum ones. Most of them are steel, and they're actually
wow.
pretty heavy, yeah. But you'll also see aerial rope, straps, trapeze. So there's lots of things. That's one of the neat things about it is if you're ever going to get bored or disinterested in one, there's something else you can transfer your skills to and play on it as well.
So if people wanted to find out more information, if they want to get involved, take a class, how do they?
And just go to my website, www.aeriology.ca. All our information is there, as well as information about our performing and our teaching.
So you do shows as well?
Yes, we're working on it. I haven't done any yet under the Aeriology company, but they'll be coming soon.
Excellent. Well, keep us up to date on that for sure.
Will do.
Again, thank you so much for being on the show, Scott. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back after this.
Well, thank you for watching this very exciting show. And well, Bill, what are we ending off with?
Well, we have a great music video coming up. First, I just want to let you know real quick, if you want more information on the show, check out our website, artstalktv.com. We're going to leave you to end off this Arts Talk show with a video by Ronnie called Be Your Friend.
I can feel the vibe, all eyes on me. Got a place we can slide, hide low key, hop in a ride, hit top speed, whisper in my ear, all the things you need, come on.
When I see you standing there, I can't help but stare. Never seen anyone so cute. My heart still flips, so who? What are you searching for?
You know.
I'm here, gotta search no more.
Let's go.
I think we should be friends. I love you till the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey baby, what's your sign? I bet it goes great with mine.
No doubt.
I gotta get your name. Come over and do the same. Tell me all the things you like. I'm sure I could get them right. Come on and be my friend. I love you till the end.
Oh yeah?
I will fight for you, die for you. Anything you need, I will do for you. I want you to be mine. Come on, baby, give me a sign. Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna
Yeah.
be your friend.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna
Yeah.
be your friend. There's a flick playing down the street. You should come, it'll be my treat. Don't care who's on the screen. I'm sitting next to my own James Dean.
That's right.
By the time this film is done, we could have some extra fun. The lights are finally out. Come on, baby, show me what you're all about. I'll fight for you, die for you. Anything you need, I would do for you. I want you to be mine. Come on, baby, give me a sign. Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna
Yeah.
be your friend.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna
What's up, girl? I know what you need. Yeah. Ain't no need to sugarcoat it. I got the message, now I'm trying to decode it. She need a friend when the world gets distorted. The same one when that bedroom door closes. Clothes come on and the lights go dim. If that's what you need, then believe I'm him. With you on my team, all we seen is wins. And every king need a queen, so girl, hop in, let's go.
I'll fight for you, die for you. Anything you need, I would do for you. I'll fight for you, die for you. Anything you need, I would do for you.
I got you.
I'll fight for you, die for you. Anything you need, I would do for you.
Anything you need.
I'll fight for you, die for you. Anything you need, I would do for. Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be.
What you wanna be? What you wanna be? Yeah.
Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna be your friend. Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna
Okay.
be, I wanna
Yeah.
be.
Why not? Yeah.
Ooh, I wanna be your friend.
Yeah.
I think we could be such great friends.
My friend.
I wanna be, I wanna be, I wanna
Okay.
be, I wanna
Yeah.
be. Ooh, I wanna be your friend.